Hey, it's Jordan. This is Living Life Like Jordan, and today I have a story time for you. And it's going to be about when some crazy shit happened. Like I got not stalked in my house, but I feel like I had a stalker. But I'll tell you what happened. Here we go.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Okay, so today, our story time. Okay, let's start. So I'm gonna do the background a little bit. This isn't gonna be a long story time. It shouldn't be. So I was a freshman, and let's go fast forward. I was in 8th grade, and I was dating this guy, and his cousin wasn't obsessed with me or nothing, but everything that his cousin wanted that me and him had, he wanted that from me too. And it was just weird because I'm just yo, I'm with your cousin, why are you even trying to come at me like that? It's really weird. So after everything went down and all that stuff, one day I used to live in this house, and the doorknob to the front door had came off. So literally all we had was the bolt at the top. So we didn't have a doorknob. We would put stuff in front of it. But at this time, I guess it had came off. So anyone that would open the door, you can see the doorknob. If there's no doorknob where the doorknob's supposed to be, it's just a hole on both sides, so you can see through it. So I would be sitting in my living room, and I'll be just watching TV, minding my own business, and then out of nowhere, I'll hear the screen door open. But no one knocks. And it always happened at nighttime, and I would look over, and I wouldn't see nothing. And one time, I had heard the door open, and I slowly finessed my way to the front door, and I peeked out real fast, but slowly at the same time, and I saw someone running, a figure running to the side of my house, because I had a front yard. So someone was running in my front yard on the side of my house, and I just saw him. It was just a black jacket. That's all I remember seeing. That could have been anybody that I knew, any of the guys that I knew that was in the neighborhood. That could have been anybody. It could have been my boyfriend at the time. It could have been his cousin. It could have been their friend. It could have been anybody. So what I did was I went and sneaked to the windows on the side of the house. And when I looked out, I really couldn't see nothing. But then I poked my head out a little bit more, and you saw someone move, and then it just disappeared. And I was just oh my gosh, someone was looking at me or watching me. It was so creepy. That would happen all the time. It was the weirdest thing. Why are y'all watching me? Why are you guys being weird? And I didn't know who it was. To this day, I don't know who it was. I asked my boyfriend at the time. He was no, it wasn't me. Asked the other two. No, it wasn't me. Why would I do that? Boys, stop it, because y'all all weird. So this one incident that was really creepy, it was I said, this isn't going to be a long story, because it's basically almost done, because every day, every night, they were opening my door. Didn't know who it was. One time, I'm not naming names. They had came in. My boyfriend at the time and his cousin had came into my house. That day was a crazy day for me. So at the end of the day, I had realized that my set of keys were missing. And I'm like, yo, like, did they like take my keys again? Because they were so weird. Like, they would take my house keys for what? Like, y'all, for a fact, I know they wasn't gonna like try to rob me or nothing. At this age, I knew they weren't. So I'm like, what do you need them for? Like, why do you need my keys all the time? Like, that's how the whole incident happened in the first place, because I was going to meet them to get my keys. And when I got the keys, they were like, oh, let's go hang out. So they came over and was hanging out. And then situations happened. And then my keys ended up missing again. And then I'm sitting on the couch. At this time, the doorknob's fixed. I'm sitting on the couch. And I hear the door open, the screen door open. Then I hear someone messing with keys. So I creep over to the door, and I'm like on the side of the door, and I peek out. It's the boy cousin. It's my boyfriend at the time's cousin. Trying to get in my house. I open the door like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, this is when I was saying that like he wanted everything that he had, his cousin had. Everything me and his cousin did, everything, he would want me to do it with him. And I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, no, you're weird. Like, he kept like trying to like push himself on me. And I'm just like, boy, like, I don't want you. Ew. And that's what he did that night. Like, oh, I was coming to finesse. Da, 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 da. You thought you was about to come in here and get me? No. Give me my keys and get the fuck out. He would not give me my fucking keys. He ran. That's how my mom knew something was wrong. That's how I got caught in the first place for anything. Because literally, I went in my room, locked my bedroom door. I never slept with my bedroom door at that time locked. That was the first time I ever locked my door. And she knew something was up, banging on the door in the middle of the night. Why the door locked? Oh, I just locked it. She knew something was up. Later on, she found out what was up, but yeah. So, the doorknob. It was my freshman year, first day of freshman. I wasn't fully enrolled into school yet, so I didn't start freshman year. So, you know, like when freshmen go to school for the first day, it's only freshmen. His cousin went to my school, but he wasn't a freshman. He was older than me. So he didn't go to school that day. And because I wasn't enrolled into freshman school yet, I wasn't enrolled into school, I didn't go that day. So I was home. And the people in the he knew I was home. So the weird thing was, to this day, I don't know who it was. I think it was him. Because that's the only explanation that makes sense. Nobody else in the neighborhood was home but him. So it had to be him. But I really don't know. Like, I really don't know if it was him or not. I was sitting in my living room watching TV. It was during the day, school time. And someone opened the screen door. And I looked, I didn't see nothing. So then a couple minutes go by. I felt like weird. So I look over. This shit is so creepy. Why do I see an eyeball? A fucking eyeball in the doorknob hole. It's literally like this. That's what I fucking saw in the fucking hole. I was like, ah! And it just disappeared. And you just heard the door slam. I was just like, oh my God. Yo, that shit was so scary because like any other time like they've came and like probably stared at me through the hole, it was pitch black and I couldn't see nothing. But to see an eyeball, yo, I was terrified. It was so scary. I eventually looked outside like I thought I was going to see somebody. Don't know to this day who it was. I asked my boyfriend at that time. Actually, I didn't tell nobody for a long time. Like, I told my friends, but I didn't tell like any of the guys that happened. I just wanted to see if they would like say anything. For years, they didn't say nothing. And like a couple years ago, I brought it up to my ex that I was dating at that time, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think it was your cousin." He was just like, "Wow, that's fucking weird." I was just like, "Yeah," like, cause I never used to tell him like the stuff that like his cousin was doing, cause that's his cousin. I'm not about to ruin y'all relationship, but as long as nothing like weird happened, like there was incidents where like his cousin did some like really fucked up shit, and well tried to, and I never told him any of this stuff until like we got older, and he was pissed, but it nothing really happened, like nothing like that happened, like stuff happened, scary stuff happened, but I didn't want to tell him to ruin, I didn't want to tell him anything to ruin his relationship with his cousin, because he wasn't really close with his family like that already. So, and all his cousins were thoughts. Like, they were just weird. Like, oh, he has it, I can have it too. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. But, yes, I saw an eyeball. That was the last time that was the first and last time I saw an eyeball in the fucking hole. And that was the last time that hole was not covered. We made sure that shit was covered. I didn't even tell my mom. I was like, oh, no. I got tape. I did everything in my power to make sure that shit was covered, because that shit was terrifying. To look over and see a fucking eyeball. Like, that's weird. But, that's my story. Yes, it's a short story, but that's what happened. Like, subscribe, share, and thank you. Have a nice night.